All right, we're on to the last section of the chapter. Inequality word problems. This one might be a little long because there's a lot of vocab, so let's jump right in. When you guys see the word more than, don't you think of greater than? Right? More than would mean greater than. So the cost to rent a movie is more than 10. Let's just use X for all these. So we would say X is greater than 10. So similarly, if you see the word less than in a word problem, that means that symbol, right? Less than. And to write the cost to buy a sweater is less than 30, you would write X less than 30. Okay, super easy. Now it gets a little bit harder. What if it says no more than? What if it's not more than? What would you put? If it's not more, the only options are less than or equal to. So the number of hours you can work out each week is no more than, so X is less than or equal to 40. If it's not more, it's got to be less than or equal to. Similarly for the next one, no less than. If it can't be less than, the only options are greater than or equal to. So the number of days in a month is no less than. If it's not less than 28, it must be X is greater than or equal to 28. All right, and we've done these already. If I say at least, it means that's the smallest it can be, so it's got to be greater than or equal to. So the score you need in the game is at least 30. If you need at least 30, you need to score greater than or equal to 30. And then similarly, at most, if I say at most something, that means that's the most it can be, so it has to be less than or equal to that. So the number of hours you should watch TV is at most 2 per day. That means you should really be watching less than or equal to 2. Okay, so that's the big vocab. Let's just try writing a couple here. Okay, so the difference of a number and 8 is greater than negative 12. So difference means subtract. So X minus 8, right? The difference of a number and 8 is greater than negative 12. Super easy. All right, so what about 2? This might be a great time for you guys to pause and try these and then just check them before you move on. So number 2, sum means plus. So we're going to plus a number and 6. Now it says not more than. If it's not more than, it's less than or equal to 3. All right. Number 3 says the difference. Okay, so difference means subtract. 4 times a number would be 4x. And we're subtracting 15. Then it says no less than. If it's not less than, it must be greater than or equal to 21. Okay, and then number 4, vocab of product. I hope you guys remember product means multiply. So the product of negative 12 and x would be times. Negative 12 times x is greater than 6. So that one was easy to set up. All right, now we're actually going to set up and solve some inequality word problems. And we'll do one and then stop, and if you want to see more, we can keep going. Okay, so if you guys could read number 1, it says define your variables. I'm going to put x and y to start. Okay, Enrique's company pays Salem to advertise on his website. Salem's website earns $15 per month plus 5 cents every time a visitor clicks on the ad. What is the number of clicks each month that Salem needs in order to earn $50 or more? Oh boy. Okay, so here's how I would start. When it says what is this part, this should be your X. So what is the number of clicks? That's X. So X is going to be the number of clicks, because that's the independent variable, the number of clicks. Now, what is Y going to be? What's the other unit that this problem's talking about? Based on the number of clicks, we're talking about money, right? So Y is going to be the money earned. All right, so we need to set up an inequality. And actually for this one, now that I look at it, 50 or more a month, we don't even need a Y. We can just do it with X. But Y is going to be money. But when we write our equation, we don't need Y. Okay, so how much does this website earn? It earns $15 a month, so 15, plus 5 cents every click. But click means X, so it's going to be 0.05 times X. Okay, and we want it to be 50 or more a month. So 50 or more means greater than or equal to 50. Okay, so that's a setup, and now you guys just have to solve it. So the solving part's not bad. Draw the wall, minus 15, right? You get 0.05x is greater than or equal to 35. And then if you're trying to get x alone, divide by 0.05, divide by 0.05. And I'm going to do that in the calculator. You get x is greater than or equal to 700 clicks. And make sure you have units in your final answer. So greater than or equal to 700 will work. Okay, if you guys feel okay, feel free to stop, but I would imagine that people maybe want another one or two. Okay, so let's read number 2 here. You are checking a bag at an airport. Your bag weighs 16 pounds plus 2 more pounds for each souvenir you add to the bag. How many souvenirs? Okay, so that's going to be X. So let's do that. X is the number of souvenirs. And again, we don't need Y, but Y is going to be pounds. But we don't have to write Y in the equation. So let's see if we could set this inequality up. All right, so your bag weighs 16 pounds plus 2 more for each souvenir, but souvenirs are X, so 2X. How many can you buy if you want your bag to weigh no more than 50? So not more than 50 would mean what? If it's not more than, it's got to be less than or equal to 50. And then you guys can solve that. So to draw the wall, we're going to minus 16, right? We got to isolate X. We get 2X is less than or equal to 34. And then divide by 2, divide by 2. X has to be less than or equal to 17 souvenirs. Okay, so these aren't too bad. Just define your variable, set up, and solve. I'm going to do one more if you're still watching. And yeah, let's do number 2. So feel free to pause and try this one. But I think some people might want one more. But you guys can stop if you're feeling good. All right, you're shopping for bikes. You have $97 saved, and you save an extra 20 per week. How many weeks, so how many more weeks, that'll be X, do you need to spend saving money if the type of bike you want costs $185? Okay, so define our variables. I think X is going to be the number of weeks in this problem because that's what your problem depends on. Okay, so let's set up what we have. We have 97 already saved, and we're saving an extra 20 each week. So that's the X. And we want a bike that costs, if it costs at least 185, what symbol is that? If it's at least 185, you better save greater than or equal to 185. All right, and then we solve and we are done. So draw the wall, minus 97, minus 97. You get 20x is greater than or equal to, I think that's 88? 185 minus 97 is 88. Divide by 20, divide by 20. You get x is greater than or equal to 88 divided by 20 is 4.4 weeks. And it's okay. It could be a decimal of a week. So, oh, sorry, you can't see that. X is greater than or equal to 4.4 weeks. All right, guys, that's inequality word problems. Thanks for watching.